friends, how you doing? Steve Nixon again with Freejazzlessons.com. Glad you could stop by. Alright, in today's video lesson we are going to take the jazz standard Misty and completely reharmonize it. I'm going to play it first and then I'm going to break it down and teach you all the new chords that I play on it. Alright, let's get started. Thanks. Alright, so here's the tune just straight up with the reharmonizations, and then I'll go back and teach you everything that I'm doing on there. So let's break down what I was just doing there. The first thing that I do, normally the tune would just start, a lot of players play it like this, they'll go, and then they'll come in right in on this E flat major 7, which is the one chord of the key word E flat major 7. But what I'm doing is I'm harmonizing the first few notes. I'm playing B flat 7 sus, there's my top note here, B flat, A flat, C, E flat, G, B flat on top, E7 sharp 9. Here's the voicing I'm using here. I'm playing E, G sharp, C, D, G. So, and then I go into, instead of going to this chord, I go to this chord. What I'm thinking here is I'm thinking E flat diminished. My 7 is in the melody. I also have a 9 on the diminished. So this is a very, very, very exotic and beautiful chord. And then I resolve it down into regular E flat major 7. You'll see a lot of guys will do that. They'll take the diminished just on the downbeat and then delay the resolution to the one chord. So here are the notes. E flat the left hand, F, G flat, A, and D. And here's my melody note. And then I resolve it to this. Here are my inner voice resolution. Here I'm thinking E flat major 7 with a 9. E flat still in the left hand, F, G, B flat, and then D. So here's the tune so far. Okay, so let's break down what's going on there. So right here, all I'm thinking is just B flat minor here. But I'm going to move an inner voice down. Okay, so I go from B flat minor to B flat minor major 7. Okay, so I've got B flat, A flat. So I'm going. Okay, so I'm just playing the third of the B flat with my thumb, and then the melody with these top two fingers right here. Okay, fingers 4 and 5. Using another substitution, A7, okay, so A and G, C sharp, sharp 11, which is E flat, okay, so here's my melody, and I'm going, alright, so and then on that part right there, I'm doing A and G still, B, which is the 9 of my A7, C sharp still, which is my 3rd, and then now the melody is the sharp 11. So and then I resolve to just plain old vanilla A flat major, not even on the 7th, but eventually I'm going to go there. So I've got A flat, E flat, C natural in my melody, but I do this little kind of inner voice motion. It's kind of cool little trick. Okay, so I'm going from the 5th to the sharp 5 to the 7th, then I'm going to the 6th. So you'll hear a lot of players will do that. Someone like Bill Evans does this, Barry Harris does this quite a bit. Okay, then the melody continues. And of course this is just A flat major 7 arpeggio. Okay, so right here what I'm playing is I'm playing A flat minor 7, A flat, G flat, C flat, actually it's B, but technically it would be called C flat, E flat, and then my melody on top. And this is also known as a spread voicing. And I have 2 more videos dealing with spread voicing, so you guys can check those out on the site as well. So, I like this voicing quite a bit. Here's what I'm playing here. D flat 7, okay, D flat F, B here, okay. Here's my 9, which is E flat, and I've got the sharp 11 in there, and here's my melody note, which is also the 13. And this is also a spread voicing. Okay, now here, I'm thinking G7, but with a 13. A lot of times people will go, they'll just resolve to the 1 chord, their E flat major 7, but I'm doing a substitution. Okay, so here's my G7 voicing. G, F, B, E, which is my 13, and G is my melody. Okay, now I'm just doing kind of a chromatic thing. Okay, now I'm thinking G flat 7. Okay, here's the melody note. G flat, here's my 7th, E, B flat, melody, and then I do this little chromatic thing. Actually, I can't remember if I played this note in here, but I'll explain this note as well. This note, if I'm the G flat 7, this would be my 9. When I go to this, I'm thinking C7 altered here. So you'll see the interesting thing about this voicing. And I'm not changing my right hand at all. G flat 7 with all these additional notes in here is really the same thing as C7 altered. And that's a tritone substitution. Okay, so the only thing that really is changing is my bass notes. So I'm going G flat, B flat, B natural to C. Okay, so then I continue. Okay, so right here, this is pretty much the change that exactly happens in the tune. They're F minor 7, but I'm actually playing a little bit of a more interesting voicing. I'm using a 4th voicing in my right hand. So I've got my 11th, my 7th, which is E flat. So B flat, E flat, and here's my melody note, A flat. Goes to the C, which is the melody. Okay, so right here, which is also the chord change that normally happens in the tune, but I'm adding a flat 9 in there. Okay, so B flat, A flat, C flat, or really it's B though. D. Okay, so excuse me. And then here I do a 3-6-2-5-1 with all with dominant chords. So a little bit of substitutions here. I go. So let's break down that motion I did there. There's my G7 voicing again, okay? G, F, B, E, G. Okay, now I take the 13, which is the E, and then I bring it down to flat 13. Okay, so we've got this kind of chromatic thing going on here, this inner voice here, so watch around this area of the piano. Okay, now I'm going to C7, there's my 9, C, E, B flat, 9, so I'm going, and then I bring it back up to this D again with inner voice. Okay, so let's break that down. Now I've got F7 here, F, E flat, A, D, which is my 13, here's my melody, to the flat 13, and then I kind of do this little B flat sus thing. Okay, so I've got B flat octaves in my left A flat, C, and then I bring just the 9 back down into that. And then sometimes I might do something like, and then start the tune again. Alright, one more time. Here's the whole thing. Alright, so that's our lesson on reharmonizing Misty. As you can see, there's a lot of other colors you can get out of just the plain vanilla chords that happen inside a standard. You can apply some of the motions that I'm doing here to like any of your favorite standards. I will be adding the chord changes that I use on there into a chart on Freejazzlessons.com. Make sure you stop by the site. I'm always adding new videos, new articles, new lessons, all kinds of new stuff. So, without further ado, thank you for coming by, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.